What's going on? It's Lucas Rubix, and today's video was inspired by a question that was asked. I think it was in my DMs on Instagram, maybe it was Facebook, but it really just asked, why do I read so much? Are books really that important? And I'm paraphrasing the question, but it was something along the lines. If you know anything about me, you know that I have a love affair and a slight obsession with books. I have been guilty of buying way too many books and spending $400 on Amazon, ordering all the books, and then reading a few and then not reading them, and then reading them later, a year or two later. I love books, and more than just, the book itself, I love the information in the book, and I love the idea, the concept, the idea that somebody put 20, 30, 40, 50 years of their life experience into a book you can read in 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours in a week or 2 weeks, depending how big the book is. Ray Dalio's book, someone like Ray Dalio, who is arguably one of the best problem solvers and critical thinkers and, business minds that have ever existed, lives out his life, solves a ton of problems, makes a ton of mistakes, and then puts them in 400 or 500 pages and says, here you go, you can learn from my life. To me, that concept and that idea blows my mind every time I think about it, and it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't see it the same way. They see books, they see reading as this thing they feel they have to do in order to maybe pick one or two things up. To me, it's almost like trying to think about the origin of the universe. It's like your mind almost gets blown, and it's the same way that I approach books and knowledge and the gift that we have in this day and age to have that kind of knowledge and that kind of information and that kind of life experience at our fingertips in basically any industry. Any problem you want to solve, the solution is sitting somewhere in a book. And to me, that's enough motivation and that's enough inspiration for me to pick up a book every single day and read for 2 or 3 hours. It's the only way that I've been able to evolve my skill set, the only way I've been able to move things forward at the pace that I get to move things forward, solve problems at the pace I get to solve problems with, and upgrade my skill set, who I am, how I live my life, and how I do things. Simple concepts sometimes that you'll read, in page 84 of a book is like, boom, this is what I was looking for. You close the book and you take action on that idea or that solution or that potential solution you found to one of your problems. To me, it inspires me, and that's why I read every day. Now, the dark side to this is sometimes you can start reading so much that you consume a lot of information, knowledge, but you don't do anything with it. I think reading and still consuming that knowledge and information is way better than not doing it, because it's in your brain, it's in your subconscious, and at a time where you may need it, it'll pop up, say, hey, I remember reading this, maybe I could try this. So I'm all for learning, I'm all for knowledge, I'm all for consuming it at a rapid pace, but couple it with action. Every book and all the 300 pages in a book aren't going to be applicable to your situation, to where you are right now, hands down, I guarantee it. But there's going to be something in that book that I guarantee you is applicable. Even if you're reading about some crazy, and you have nothing to do with investments, but you're reading about some crazy New York, the top New York stock exchange's, theory on how to make decisions and how to beat the market year after year, you can read a book like that, and you're going to find something, whether it was their habits, their mindset, or some tactical thing they did to constantly and consistently beat the market, that'll be applicable to whatever industry you're in, whether that's a coaching business or an online business, an e-com business, whatever that is. You're going to find something that's applicable, directly applicable, and I guarantee you that those little nuggets can be worth $10,000, $100,000, $1 million. They're priceless. And with consistency on that, I'm not saying read a book every once in a while. I'm saying read, I'm saying study, I'm saying, build your skill set and consume knowledge and information and be a seeker to finding solutions to your problems through the pages, through the books. I'm like, do it every day. Do it as much as you can. Do it in your spare time. Don't watch a movie. Read a book, consume information. You're going to get 1 million more times out of it than watching a mindless movie. So, unless you're, of course, relaxing, which should be here and there. I'm not saying be a fun killer, but that's why I read. And that's why I have a passion for reading, and that's why I love books, and that's why I have books all around me, and they're probably the thing I value most. I don't have a TV in my place. I don't have a big stereo system. I've got books, and I've got books everywhere because it's what I value. So I hope that gives you a little insight into why I'm a little bit crazy. about books and why I'm a little bit biased about saying read, and read some more. Truly hope that helps. lucasrubix.com. Check out the podcast, the Coach's Corner podcast, a top-rated podcast for sales, marketing, tactics, strategies on building your coaching business. And of course, check out lucasrubix.com/training for a 42-minute video, no opt-in required, no email required, on how to turn your knowledge, your experience, your gifts, and most importantly, your story into an online coaching business that actually makes money. lucasrubix.com/training. The link will be around here somewhere, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
When did wanting more become such a bad thing? I've always lived my life with this simple philosophy that when everyone is going left, you go right. When everyone is doing things one way, you go the other. You do not conform, you do not blend in, you do not blindly follow the masses. For as long as you stay a sheep, you will never get what you want. Now, all I'm asking you is that you go after that thing you want with a relentless drive, no matter what anyone thinks of you, no matter what the world says of you, no matter how you feel or how tired you may be, you go after it like your life depends on it. The only question I have for you is, are you willing to do whatever it takes?